What's up, fellas? I'm back with another top 10 list video, and the topic for today's video is my top 10 Scream Factory wish list. I'm not going to include any of the titles from Sony because they deal mostly with Twilight time, and I really hate how they're only doing limited release stuff. So there's some films I'd love to add from them, but I know they're not going to be released from Scream Factory, so I'm not even going to bother. And that's the main reason why I'm not going to pick up Candyman 2 when it comes out, because it's just going to remind me how much I want Candyman from Scream Factory. So I'm going to stay away from that title. Alright, now on to the top 10 list. As you can see here, at number 10, we have Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Originally, I was going to go with the first movie, but that one already has iconic artwork as is. You couldn't improve on it much better, although I'd still like to see them try. And I do really hate the re-release artwork they did for Return of the Living Dead, but this one I really would like to see them do like a medley of images from the movies and stuff like that. And also, Return of the Living Dead Part 3 didn't get released on to DVD uncut. I know the VHS version was uncut, but the DVD got butchered for some reason. So I'd really like to see a re-release of this movie proper in its unrated form. It's a pretty decent movie. I really enjoyed this film. It's my favorite of the sequels. You know, I didn't really like Part 2 and could barely get through Part 4. I didn't even watch Part 5. But really like to see this one get a re-release. Alright. At number 9, we have a film that TJ Pyramid did a review for recently, and that's The Blood of Heroes. And this is a really awesome post-apocalyptic movie starring Rutger Hauer and Joan Chen. They play this. They're like this band of traveling athletes that go from town to town, and then they battle other people in this game. It's almost like some kind of football type game. They have this dog's head, and they have chains and weapons, and they fight each other, and it's such a weird game. TJ Pyramid did a really great review for this movie, so you should check out his review, because like he explains it a lot better than I'm doing it right now. The main reason why I like to see a release of this one through Scream Factory is it's an awesome movie, and plus this DVD is really poor quality. It's one of the worst DVDs that I have in my collection. It's full frame. The print isn't all that good, and also this movie was also edited for the North American release. The international version has an extended ending, so you can see what happens after the final match. Like, this film, even in its truncated form, is still an awesome movie, but I'd like to see the original ending. Like, I read that it was more downbeat than what they ended with here. So at number 9, we have The Blood of Heroes. At number 8, we have Near Dark. Now, this is my favorite vampire, well, my second favorite vampire movie of the 80s, right behind Fright Night. This film had the misfortune of being released right after Lost Boys, and this one pretty much got ignored while Lost Boys got all the glory. And I really enjoy this movie a lot more than Lost Boys. Now, this movie did get a Blu-ray release a couple years back, but unfortunately the artwork they used made it look like a Twilight movie, which is really unfortunate for such a cool vampire movie. This film was directed by Catherine Bigelow, and since she's won an Oscar and stuff, this screams for a proper re-release. And I'd like to see what artwork they would do for this through Scream Factory. Let's see, I'm losing track already. Alright. At number 7, we have Dr. Giggles with Larry Drake. I really enjoyed this slasher movie. Like, this came out in the early 90s, and this was kind of at the end of the slasher cycle. But this is a really cool movie, and I'd really like to see what they could do with the artwork. And maybe, I think this is a bare bones release, so I really like to see like interviews with the cast, especially Larry Drake, and like a commentary with Larry Drake. This film really surprised me. I didn't like it as much when I saw it the first time, but when I watched it again on video, on DVD, I really did enjoy this movie quite a bit. Alright, I think this is number 6. I'm losing track all over again. This is my second time doing this video. We have Blood Beach. Now this is a DVD-R that I got a while back. This isn't available on Region 1 DVD, unfortunately. But this is the kind of thing that I'd like to see Scream Factory release, especially things that haven't been available, at least in this region, for a while. This movie is about this creature that kind of lives in the sand, and it kind of, like, you know, feeds off of people and stuff, and the police are trying to figure out what's going on. This is such an awesome movie. It's the kind of film that could only really be made in the 80s and play in the theater. Now this is kind of the movie you'd probably see on, you know, a sci-fi right after Sharknado 3 or something like that, or Ghost Shark or whatever. But I really fondly remember this one. I like to have this movie a proper copy of Blood Beach. Alright, let's see. Am I even doing this right? I don't know. Alright. Number 5. We have Cemetery Man. The main reason why I chose this one is I felt that Scream Factory hasn't been doing enough foreign releases. I like to see them compete more with the Arrow Video. Like, they haven't released any Fulci movies, no Argento, no Bava. Obviously this isn't any of those directors, but I really did enjoy Cemetery Man. And it stars Rupert Everett, and he plays this guy who's kind of like the caretaker of this graveyard. And basically the zombies are coming, the dead are coming back to life, and he's trying to fend off and protect the city, but no one really believes him. He could just really be crazy, who knows. The movie's told from his point of view. This is the Anchor Bay out of print release, but if you look here, the artwork's pretty lame. It's not even much better than a DVD release. Like, I'd really like to see them do something with the cover, or and maybe even some interviews and stuff like that. I'm not sure. Is there a commentary? There's a featurette, but no commentary. Oh well, that would be nice. All right. At number 4, we have The Dentist, and this movie is about this dentist played by Corbin Burnson, who one day goes crazy and starts pulling at everybody's teeth. This is an awesome movie. For this release, I like to see them do like a double feature thing with part 2. I'm meaning to get that one for a while. I only paid $1 for this, but this DVD is bare bones. I like to see them give this the Scream Factory treatment. Alright. At number 3, we have Slaughter High. Now, originally, when I got this DVD, I was really excited until I sat down and watched it. I had only watched this movie once before, and that was on VHS. And that was the same experience that I got when I watched it just most recently, because this is a VHS rip. It even has the Vestarm Video logo at the end of the tape. Well, at the end of the movie. Like, I actually fell asleep a little bit and I was watching the end credits, and sure enough, there's the Vestron logo, which is kind of nice to have immortalized on DVD, but I'm sure there's some value in having like a VHS rip just to be all kind of ironic in that, but I'd like to see a better cut. I know the Arrow released this on Blu-ray, which is probably like 400 times better than this copy here. Like, this release is even lame. It's like a trivia track, I think, which is, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like the old pop-up video thing or something. But I'd like to see like a proper special edition for Slaughter High. Alright, number 2, we have City of the Living Dead. And the main reason why I chose this one, even over the Beyond, is I think that this one would have really totally awesome cover art if they were to redo it and give it the custom collector's edition. I can't even think of the word, I'm tired. You know, treatment to it. You know, they could have like the scene with like you see here with the girls tearing up and throwing up her guts and stuff, and like the zombies ripping out brains and the maggots and all that stuff. It just screams for like a re-release. I think that Blue Underground has the rights to this still, but it would be nice to see if the Scream Factory can like rustle it away at some point. All right, now we're down to number 1, and we have The Thing. This is my favorite horror movie of the 80s, and this one I think is most likely to see a Scream Factory release, because Scream Factory has released so much John Carpenter product in the last little bit, in the last 3 years. This one's only a natural, and of course they did do some other Universal released John Carpenter movies. They did both of They Live, and now Halloween, and what was the other movie? I'm losing my mind. I can't even think of it. Oh well, there you go. Too tired. Should have went to bed early. Oh, Prince of Darkness. So this one I think is, I like to see what they would do too, like with the creature, like with the Thing effect, like the Final Thing creature on the cover with Kurt Russell's face, and also with I was getting the names confused between what's his name here? Is he even on the back of the cover? Bro, no, it's not. It's like Keith David or David Keith. I think it's Keith David. I think it's Keith. I always get those two actors confused. Of course, one is African American, the other is white, but you know. Oh well, I don't really feel like looking it up right now. You know what I mean. Alright guys, so that's my list. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.